working in the spirit of the Golden Empire. This is 17 News at noon.
Good afternoon, and thanks for joining us. I'm Nicole Gitske. Orders from Governor Newsom, California and Kern County taking a step back as some restrictions are put in place following a surge in COVID-19 cases. Now, yesterday, Governor Gavin Newsom announced closures for 19 counties where coronavirus cases continue to rise, including Kern. The governor's order shuts down indoor activities for restaurants, movie theaters, museums, and other businesses. Bars were ordered to close immediately. Public Health today says they have notified all those businesses regarding the changes now in place, but it's not straightforward for everyone.
The fact that there's no indoor dining in itself is not confusing, but distinguishing between a bar that has to close and a restaurant that doesn't, or can a chair be placed in a restaurant so that people can sit at the chair while they place an order or they go through the line? So there is confusion.
Now, all this comes as we learn one more person has died from the virus here in Kern County. Our death toll now stands at 77. Public health officials also reported 171 new coronavirus cases. That brings the total to almost 5,000. Right now, 102 people are isolated in local hospitals. Our county's ICU capacity is at 65 beds. Now, we are about 3.5 weeks away from reaching our ICU capacity, according to local health projections. Now, Kern is one of those counties impacted by Governor Newsom's new restrictions. Here's how business owners are reacting. Restaurants like Angry Barnyard will have to shut their dining room doors once again. Employees said they expected new restrictions, but not a shutdown of their indoor dining rooms again.
Barbecue restaurants in town can attest to this. We cook our meats the night beforehand, so whatever we have for the next day, that's all we have. So there's so much prep and time that goes into it the day before that to shut us down effective immediately is sort of crazy. You know, it definitely, it was a shock.
Bobby Duke says last time the county started shutting down businesses, their costs skyrocketed. Now she's worried what this shutdown could do to her business. Other local restaurants and bars already announcing on social media that they will be closing for the next 3 weeks due to the governor's orders. Now here's the full list of closures. Restaurants, wineries and tasting rooms, movie theaters and other forms of commercial family entertainment, museums, zoos and card rooms all must close. And the governor's orders put bars, pubs, and breweries to stop all operations. All of this focused on the 19 counties that have been on the state's watch list to monitor communities that haven't met the state standards for curbing COVID-19. As we've reported before, Kern has been on that watch list for at least 2 weeks. Now, the Department of Motor Vehicles closed one of its offices for an employee tested positive for COVID-19. Now, that employee works at the office on F Street downtown. The DMV says it closed for cleaning after learning about that positive result. That office is back open today. Well, House lawmakers unanimously passed a temporary extension of a small business relief program on Wednesday. The plan would extend the deadline for applying for the Paycheck Protection Program to August 8th. The House passed the legislation a day after the original deadline. More than 4.8 million small businesses have already tapped more than $520 billion in potentially forgivable loans through the program. The measure will go to President Donald Trump's desk for his signature. Well, the Kern County Fire Chief is speaking after Tuesday's Board of Supervisors meeting. You may recall much of the meeting centered around eliminating firefighter overtime payments above federal standards. Firefighters can still make overtime and their base pay has not been cut. Supervisor Perez, Maggard, and Gleason voted in favor of what the county labeled the last, best, and final offer for the union representing the firefighters. County staff argued that new overtime standards would save the county $3.4 million and would free up funds for new fire equipment. Wednesday, Chief David Witt said he is remaining optimistic about the future of KCFD.
We're going to go forward in a positive way. We're going to give a great product to the citizens of Kern County. We're going to do everything we can. Some things may change. But we're going to do everything we can to continue to do what we do with a smile on our face and serve the public.
Witt went on to thank Chief Administrative Officer Ryan Alsop and the board for prioritizing funding for fire equipment. 2nd District Supervisor Zach Shrivner was the lone supervisor who voted against the legislation, and 4th Supervisor David Couch abstained from the vote, noting he wanted to have the discussion continued into the closed and afternoon sessions. Now, we have posted Couch's full statement on our website, kget.com. Well, it's a sign of the times following the closure of a longtime Bakersfield eatery. The large neon sign marking the location of the Sinaloa Mexican restaurant was taken down yesterday. Sinaloa on 20th Street closed last year after 70 years of operation. The restaurant first opened in 1948 at the location now occupied by Wool Growers Restaurant and moved in 1957 to 910 20th Street, where it served classic Mexican dishes until closing in January of 2019. Well, officers are investigating a shooting that left one with moderate injuries in downtown Bakersfield. Officers responded to a shot spotter activation last night near the corner of L Street and 10th. Officers found a man with a gunshot wound. He was taken to the hospital. The extent of his injuries is unknown. Police say the suspect is a man in his mid to late 20s. If you have any information, contact BPD at 327-7111. And a man is dead after a drunk driver crashed northeast of Bakersfield. The California Highway Patrol says 19-year-old Cesar Vargas was driving northbound on South Granite Road near Famoso Road. CHP says he hit a curb, lost control, slammed into an embankment, and flipped over. They say Vargas was impaired at the time. The passenger, 23-year-old Andre Gonzalez, was ejected from the vehicle and died at the scene. Another passenger was not hurt. Vargas has been charged with felony DUI and manslaughter, along with driving with no license. Well, fireworks stands are back open in Kern County, even as COVID-19 looms over 4th of July. We swung by a few, and they didn't seem too busy, but that's expected to change in the coming days. The American Pyrotechnics Association president says sellers are expecting record sales this year, mostly because official shows are being canceled and people may celebrate at home. Now, check your fireworks. Those with the Safe and Sane seal can be used starting today, BPD says. Those fireworks can be launched until midnight tonight and then can start at 9 a.m. tomorrow. BPD is encouraging those lighting fireworks to be smart. Most firework accidents involve young children, so make sure there is always an adult present. Keep away from dry areas. Now, to be certified as a legal firework, it must have that seal on it. If tampering with a legal firework or in possession of illegal ones, BPD will confiscate it and a citation will be issued. And Valley Air monitors are urging people not to use personal fireworks. The Valley already has issues with air quality. The Air District warned that during July 4th, air pollution spikes because fireworks can fill the air with soot, metal, and ash, along with other tiny materials that can get into your bloodstream and lungs. The Air District says it's especially harmful to children, the elderly, and people with respiratory conditions. And fireworks are prohibited here. That's the message from the Los Padres National Forest, reminding visitors to not light off any fireworks this holiday weekend. According to the National Forest, this will be strictly enforced throughout the weekend. Those who violate this law could face a $5,000 fine and 6 months in jail. Also, if you cause a wildfire, you're liable for the cost of extinguishing it. The National Forest asks you to take precautions to help prevent a wildfire. And illegal fireworks continue to be a growing issue in Kern County. The Bakersfield Fire Department released a website to report illegal firework usage. You can also download the City Fire app to file a report. Kern County Fire has already established a website. Now, all of this information can be found on our website, kget.com. Just click on the hot link icon. And Tehachapi is the latest city to cancel its July 4th fireworks show. But there are a couple of celebrations still happening this year. You can also find that on our website. Now, we should note Governor Newsom recommends celebrations be canceled in counties on the state's COVID-19 watch list. Now, that's including Kern County as well. Now, once again, Highway Patrol will be on the lookout for drunk drivers. CHP announced a maximum enforcement period for the holiday weekend. Now, it starts at 6 p.m. tomorrow and will last until Sunday. CHP warns people have been speeding more often recently. with citations up 173% during Memorial Day weekend. CHP says the July 4th enforcement period is shorter this year, but in 2019, 36 people died in 4 days and over 1,300 were arrested for DUI. Well, is your pet microchipped? If not, the Kern County Animal Shelter is helping to make sure your pets are protected ahead of this holiday weekend. KGET is offering free microchips for residents. Today is the last day they are offering this service. Now, you must make an appointment ahead of time. You can find that information on our website, kget.com. And a local nonprofit is offering free microchips as well. Pet Matchmaker teamed up with Subaru for the event. The nonprofit will be doing microchipping at their firework booth on Callaway and Rosedale today through the 4th of July. Now, the program is free for anyone. For more information, visit petmatchmaker.org.
And bringing it back here home and taking you outside, downtown Bakersfield, the beautiful Fox, the Padre Hotel, traffic moving smoothly. Downtown at this lunch hour, we've got 87 degrees on the temperature, still holding on to that northwest wind at 10 miles per hour. Overnight, 66, so slightly below our normal of 69. Normal high today is 95. We'll be close to that. And 114 was set back in 1950. Clear skies around the state, no changes on that front. And as we take a look at the forecast today, 85 in Sacramento, looking at 96 in Fresno and 70 south, 95 in Vegas and Phoenix, warming up at 102. Beaches looking great, a few clouds, but that should be about it. A northwest wind 5 to 10 and a high today at 67. High pressure and control, so we really have no major changes in store for us the next 7 days. Lots of temperatures, lots of sunshine and temperatures about where they are today. I see no major warm up, and you can see here on Futurecast HD, nothing heads into Kern County. And again, this model going through the early part of next week. Take a look at the national weather. Not a lot happening. We've got a few isolated storms through parts of Oklahoma and some showers into parts of the Gulf Coast region and a few showers into Florida this afternoon, but that is it right now. And as we take a look at the numbers, 65 in Seattle, nice and comfortable there. But of course, as we move east, we warm things up. 89 in Denver, Omaha at 87 today, 88 in Chicago, and 80s to lower 90s up into the northeast. New York at 91 this afternoon. Here's a look at the airports, and all is looking good. No delays. We've got a little bit of cloud cover out of Seattle, 59 there. Chicago O'Hare, a few clouds, and 89. Here's a look at our air quality. Unfortunately, unhealthy for sensitive groups today with an AQI at 105. We're calling for the 90s, 95 in Bakersfield, 96 in Delano, 93 in Taft. Again, these temperatures where they should be this time of year. For the mountains, 82 in Frazier Park, 84 in Tehachapi with 90s for the Kern River Valley. Lake Isabel, 92 today, 91 in Wofford Heights, and northwest wind right around 10 to 15. And then for the desert, winds gusting to 35, 90 in Mojave. Ridgecrest at 99. Here's your extended forecast, and heading into our 4th of July on Saturday, 98. Very little change in those temperatures through the beginning part of next week. Lots of sunshine in the mountains. 80s continue, mid-80s through next Wednesday. And then for the Kern River Valley, you can see 90s. Hang on Saturday, celebrating the 4th of July at 94. We will see a little bit of a cool down in the Kern River Valley by next Tuesday and Wednesday. But again, temperatures, no triple digits on the board, so that's always good news to see. That's a look at your forecast. We'll be right back after the break.
In your 17 Business Watch, new job numbers are out. U.S. employers added a substantial 4.8 million jobs in June. The unemployment rate fell to 11.1% as the job market improved for a second straight month. This is a small victory. The market is still far from regaining the colossal loss it suffered this spring. The nation has now recovered roughly 1/3 of the 22 million jobs it lost to the pandemic recession. Taking a look around the state, holiday weekend plans to visit some Northern California beaches have been wiped out. Pacifica and Half Moon Bay have announced they'll close all beaches, not just the parking lots, as Governor Gavin Newsom has ordered. The Pacifica mayor says all beaches will be closed to prevent overcrowding and another spike in COVID-19 cases. The mayor says there were record crowds Memorial Day weekend, even with parking lots closed. People were instead parking in neighborhoods, and she doesn't want that to happen again.
The governor has closed our parking lots, and the city of Pacifica has decided to close our beaches this year from sunrise Friday morning to sunrise Monday morning.
In other parts of the Bay Area where lots are closed, there's still beach access, but the governor says wearing a mask and distancing is a must. Deputies will be patrolling in case people don't abide by the rules, as they did when beaches were closed before. Well, school may be out for the summer, but there was still a chance for students to shine. Last night, the Kern High School District hosted the 2020 Peak Awards online. The 10th annual event promotes excellence in activities and athletics in Kern. Hundreds of students are recognized in dozens of categories, covering everything from athletics to music and more. Now, for a complete list of those winners, go to our website, kget.com.
Working in the spirit of the Golden Empire, this is 17 News at noon.